Okay, Cyndie, so tell us about your journey so far with It Works.
Okay, so I'm a stay-at-home mom of two. I joined It Works November 15, 2012. I'm a diamond. I saw, well, your before and after pictures on Facebook, and I thought they were photoshopped, but I was very skeptical, and I just kept on watching you on Facebook forever. What was it, 7 months?
I was going to say 7 months.
Yeah, 7 months. And I finally caved. Instead of trying a wrap, I was like, well, it's $99 for retail. It's $99 to be a distributor. Let's go with trying to make money with this. And I did, and I had never wrapped, and I took a big chance, and I think I said I was going to fly out to Vegas and kill you if it didn't work. But it worked, and, you know, I believed everything you said, and I've listened to everything you've said, and, well, I'm diamond now, so it must be working.
So how long, when you signed up to be an It Works distributor, how long had you lived in Texas?
I was about a year in Texas.
Okay, and you're originally from?
Montreal, Quebec.
Okay, so how would you say your warm market is in Texas?
It was really tiny. Like 10 people maybe. Like I didn't know many people at all. I wasn't really meeting anyone. I was going out salsa dancing and stuff, so I just knew the people there. And you know, you don't talk to them. You dance with them. That's it. So I didn't really have friends.
Okay, and I remember talking to you about this when you first started, about getting into your cold market, and we did a little conversation about finding booths in your area. How did you go about finding booths in your area?
Everything I found was actually through Facebook. I think I remember asking you how you did it. What were you doing? And you mentioned a few that you were finding groups on Facebook. So I started looking in my area, and I found a few groups. I think you even helped me find one or two.
What kind of groups?
Vendor groups. So basically, you want to find a group that's in your state. So for me in Texas, I was looking up vendor groups, even arts and crafts groups, anything that had the word vendor in it, as long as it wasn't like garage sale or anything like that. Like, I went into them. And there's actually a really nice community here in Austin that they organize different events and they post different events. So all you have to do is be the first person to grab that event and you're in.
Awesome. So just to clarify a little bit, when you're searching for group pages in your area, you want to make sure that you are typing in Austin vendor networking or Austin vendor events or Austin events, just like where I would post look for Las Vegas group pages at Las Vegas events, Las Vegas networking, anything like that when you're doing those searches.
Right, and also, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Also, when you start doing events, you're going to start networking with people. That's the other big thing. You start networking, not just Facebook, but you start networking. And you're going to start asking other vendors what other events they're doing. And you're going to talk to the coordinator. If you feel that their event was good, you're going to tell them, hey, I'm new at this, and I just want to get started. So can you please keep me posted on your next event? And so you're going to do that also.
Mm-hmm. How else is a good way to find booths besides just Facebook?
I would, like, if I weren't to use Facebook, I would probably start off at churches. Mm-hmm. I would go to the gym. I would go to nail salons. Sometimes you could set up a booth there. You don't have to look for a booth with other vendors. You could just do your own thing. Like I do like ladies' nights. It is with other vendors, but you could go to a restaurant and ask if you could set up a booth there.
Mhm. Yeah. Exactly. And like right now, all the schools are doing their fall festivals. And a lot of the schools have vendors at these events. I mean, that's what's keeping me super busy. So definitely check all the elementary schools, the high schools, the junior highs in your area and find out when their fall festival is and if they're doing vendors. And those booths are very reasonable. They'll be like $10, $20. I think the most I've paid is $35 for a booth. That's at a school event. But those are always super successful. Now, when you're doing a booth, what do you feel is the absolute what do you need to have like absolute at the booth? I'm a brand new distributor. What do I need?
Absolutely, absolutely. I would say blitz cards and drawing forms.
Okay, and where do you get the drawing forms?
There's actually a PDF file that you could print out that's in most groups. You just print it out, cut out the squares, and that's it. The reason why I say blitz cards, you don't even need to have a blitz card, but it just makes it easier just to pull up the conversation.
And what about
that's why I would say
for the drawing forms that you're saying? What do these forms have on them?
So it has all their logistics, so their number, email, address, and it asks them if they're interested in the product, if they know someone who's interested, if they want to do a wrap party, or if they want to be a distributor.
Awesome. What else? So blitz cards, drawing forms. What's one more thing?
Sorry. I would. What else would it? Well, those are the first two things I would have to start. Maybe a few before and after pictures. That would be like, even if you can't get them printed, I would have them on my phone.
And I think just having your starter kit there is going to have.
Yeah, the box is very pretty also, so you could use that as a display.
Yep, the box is fabulous. Use everything. Yeah, I mean, really, you just need the basics. Just a table. If they don't provide a table, you can go to the dollar store and get a 99-cent neon green table cover and use that, or a black curtain, or a black sheet.
I use a bed sheet.
Yeah, a bed sheet. Just throw it on, and just whatever you got in your starter kit, that's really all you need. And like you said, and adding in the drawing forms. When you work a booth, how do you draw people in?
Well, the first thing you do is you make sure you're standing in front of your table. If you're standing behind it, it's going to be harder to draw anybody in. The second thing is, well, what I do is if I'm shy, like I'm a shy person, I usually just say, hey, do you want a coupon? And if they take it, I ask them if they've heard about the wraps, and well, from there, I'd say, do you want to see my before and after picture? And that's how I get them to the table. Because usually after I blitz them and I say, well, do you want to see my result, my personal result? They'll say yes, because, like, you know, I'm handing them a card pretty much, so they don't really believe what's on there. And I pull them to the table and I show them my personal results, and then usually from there I'm able to talk more about the product and get them to enter my draw and maybe sell them a wrap, get them to sign up as a loyal customer or even a distributor.
What would you say to someone who doesn't have a personal result? Say they are a work in progress.
Well, you don't have to show your result. You could find someone in your team, upline, downline, or whatever. You could use their result. You don't have to show your result. It's just, you know, in my case, I show my results. So if, let's say I didn't actually have results, or I was pregnant and couldn't wrap, I would be saying, hey, do you want to see my friend Sally's results? You know, or you know, if they, I don't know, I would just stick with that. Actually, I would just say, hey, want to see some more results, or. And it doesn't necessarily have to be yours. I just happen to have really good results, so it's been very easy in that for me.
And what do you consider a successful booth event?
For me, like really it's the leads.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a good amount of leads, if the booth was, like, it depends on the cost of the booth. If the booth was $25 and I sold a wrap and got a bunch of leads, I'm usually happy when I break even.
Mm-hmm. And what is the average you'll pay for a booth?
The average is probably about $25. I think, like most of my booths, some of my booths are even free.
Mm-hmm.
But they're usually around 25. My market day ones are like 100. And I've done wedding vendors, and that's like $500. So there's all ranges. And it's really just depends what kind of market you want to get into. If you want to get into the wedding market, it's going to be really expensive. And you can't go just yourself. You need to have like a huge team going, not a huge team, but you're going to have a team. You're going to need to be more organized, and you're probably going to be a little bit more aggressive talking to people, like, getting them to wrap there, drawing them in. Like, the people that are better at drawing them in, you'd have them drawing them in, and you'd have, the more shy people wrapping. It more expensive the more work you're going to put into it.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel,
go ahead.
I'm curious, do you feel that doing booths is necessary for this business?
No, it really isn't. It's just something I do because I feel more comfortable doing booths and blitzing. I like booths because I could blitz 100 people really quickly, where it would take me a lot longer to blitz 100 people, like without a booth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the big difference is at a booth event, you're able to get to a larger cold market than you are individually blitzing.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And then when you get your leads, what do you do with them?
Well, in a good world, I usually enter them in an Excel spreadsheet, and then I'll contact them later. I will usually take all the people that I sold a wrap to. I'd put those aside. Anyone that said that they want to have a party, I'd pull those out. Anyone that said they want to be a distributor, I'd pull those out. Those are the people I'm going to contact during the next week. Everyone else, they go into a nice little pile, and when I get around to adding them to Excel, that's what happens. When they're in Excel, basically it's just so I could grab all the email lists all at once and send an email to all of them. And basically I'm saying, we met on this date, and, you didn't win a wrap, but I'm offering you like a free chin wrap for you and 5 friends, because you could cut a chin wrap into 6 pieces, so that's perfect. Or I'm just saying, hey, I'm having a promotion this month, and this is what I'm doing. So I use that. I actually go back to my leads monthly.
Okay, so even when you don't get a reply back from them, you continue to still work them?
Yes. Unless they tell me, stop contacting me, leave me alone, I continue to contact them. Until they tell me to stop, they will be contacted by me forever.
Mm-hmm. And do you just email them, text them, do you call them?
It really depends. If it's someone on the list that says that they want to do a party, I'll text them. If it's someone that I'm getting feedback.
I know I'm getting feedback too. It says that our quality is low.
Oh. Basically, if email would be more for someone who checks the first top boxes, which is basically they might know somewhere or they might be interested.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really call. You're closing something.
Sorry. Yeah, I was closing this to see if it makes it easier. So go ahead and continue.
I don't call them too much because today, like this world today, we don't really pick up our phone when it rings.
Right.
So texting them is better because then they'll answer me on their time. And if they don't answer me, that's fine. I'll get them another time.
Okay, well, I know I'm trying to keep this to 20 minutes so I can easily post it to Facebook. So we've got about 5 minutes left. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody else. And anyone that has any questions for Cyndie, go ahead and ask them. Anyone? Or I'm just going to keep talking to her. Okay. Any other brief questions? Well, thank you so much, Cyndie, for letting me interview you and getting this recorded. I will get this posted here shortly. And thanks, everybody, for joining in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Gina.